Hi friends, Simit here from InformedTrades.com. Today is February 12th, 2014, time for our daily Forex chart review. Basically, in this session, I review the charts that I'm looking at in the Forex market, share the trades I'm placing, updates to the trades I have on in the market, all part of the learning process. We have a lot more to help traders learn over at InformedTrades.com, especially if what I say in this video you're kind of unfamiliar with. We have a lot of educational material on Informed Trades. You can register as a member, ask questions, look through all the articles and videos. Big collection there, all to help traders learn. Okay, so let's get started. On the screen right now, I have is a trade on pound dollar. Okay, so this is a trade I have on at the moment, and the chart illustrates a mock-up of it that I shared on Informed Trades yesterday. I thought it'd be worth looking at today here as well. Basically, pound dollar, to me, this was one of the best setups I've seen in a while. I mentioned yesterday, I just think it's, and the position is going in my favor, has been going in my favor. So that's really exciting. I think it's a great example of technical analysis working. And there are lots of ways. I'm still holding on, for this green line here. But there are other traders who may have exited out by now. Because there's lots of, if you entered here, especially if you were able to have a tight stop, you could have exited here. But basically, just to illustrate, we see the price is clearly in an uptrend. Okay. From there, the perspective that I have is we'll look for opportunities to enter on a pullback. One thing to look at is a support level. We see this black line it was tested here, the market bounced off it, tested here, market bounced off it. So it's established as a key level the market responds to. We can draw a black line here. 50% Fibonacci from a swing low to a swing high. So we find this swing high. Once we see this and we see the market pulling back a little bit, we can ask ourselves, all right, where's the level that it might pull back to that we might want to enter at? This black line is one point, right? We see all that as previous resistance level the market responded to. We can also draw a Fibonacci retracement level from this swing low, right? This was a key low the market rallied from to the swing high. And if we look at 50% of that level, it actually intersects almost exactly with that black line, this resistance level here. Then we have these three small candles, which are hammer patterns. So if you're familiar with candlestick analysis, and we have a lot of material on this on Informed Trades, we have this reversal candlestick pattern here. We have it intersecting or coinciding with a support level. And all of that also coincides with a 50% Fibonacci retracement level. So that's a really strong indicator. We have three signs there. We could enter here, and we can say, if the market breaks down, and sometimes it will, sometimes these signs will be wrong, we can have our stop fairly close. So let's say, all right, if we're wrong, we'll get stopped out here, and we can just target the previous high, which is what I did. So that's sort of the simple analysis, pound dollar. This position is working in my favor. Yesterday I mentioned if we closed above this dashed orange line, I would move my stop to break even, and I will go ahead and do that. So now I have 4 positions on in the market, right? Actually, I have 3. 3 positions on, and I can move my pound dollar position to break even. And alright, let me just do that right now real quick. Okay, so I just did that on pound dollar. Now the other positions I have on, so there's a euro pound position, which I am short, and this one is also in the money. Yeah, whew. So this is a great move down for me. I can, we'll see. We'll see how this candle closes. Most likely, I would expect it to close below this dashed orange line, in which case I will also be able to move this to break even. So that's an encouraging sign. And the third position I have on at the moment is New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Okay, so we are getting real close to the target profit here. We are now about 40 pips away from this green line. We were even closer at one point. It really came close. Let's actually. So the target profit is the green line. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. And yeah, we were Yeah, we were less than 10 pips away at one point. So we'll see. Maybe we will get there today. So there's a chance that all my positions, well, that position, the Kiwi dollar is already at break even. Um, but that's the good news. The three positions I have on are at least for the moment doing well. Of course, it's nothing is certain until you close out of the position. But there was I had some losers that were stopped out overnight, and one of them is the Aussie dollar. Just take a look at that. Yeah, so this hit the stop, and we sort of talked about this in our video yesterday. We saw it coming. Hit the stop here. So that's life. We'll see if there's any opportunity. In hindsight, I wonder if this was the best stop loss placement because the market sort of reversed from here, and we had it established here. So we'll see. Live and learn. Let's see if the market, if it responds to this. Actually, I might short again if it. We'll see on how the candlesticks close and this. Uh, because if it looks like it's going to reverse from this level, you can make an argument that this is a resistance level, especially back here. We'll see. Nothing at this point. And the other trade, I actually had another trade that got stopped out yesterday, was dollar Singapore. Yeah. Oh, and that was that just hit my stop. Let's look at this. Let's zoom in on the hourly chart. That just hit my stop before reversing. Yeah, it just hit like one exactly. So if I had my stop one pip further out, I may not have gotten hit. Um, but the point is, it did get hit. I don't really think I did. This one I hesitated on earlier in the week, so that was a mistake. But I still would have gotten stopped out, eventually, or either way, I would have gotten stopped out even if I didn't hesitate. So I don't really have anything I would have done differently with this, or I don't think there's any flaw in this trade, but I'll continue thinking about it, looking at it. And of course, if you think I did something wrong, I post all my trades on my blog on InformedTrades. You can always chime in there. Um, okay, so let's look at the other pairs now. Euro pairs. Euro Australian dollar. Okay, this is falling close to a support level that we had identified, so maybe time to go long Euro Aussie. I've gotten stopped out on some of these, so we'll see. Um, I'll like to see really how this candle shapes up. But possibly tomorrow, I'll be looking at putting an entry order to go long Euro Aussie. Euro Canada. Okay, so we talked about this, how, some traders may want to, broke out of the price channel, now came back to test it. Some people would go long here. I don't like that strategy, but it fell through, and I am still interested in if it can fall to this black line here, which is about 47, 48, about 48, 48.10, something like that. Right now, so basically still got to fall about 130 pips or so. If it can, I might be interested in going along. So Euro Aussie and Euro Canada, both waiting on Euro Aussie might be ready a little earlier, looks like, unless there's a big move today. Euro Pound, we looked at Euro Yen. I still have an entry order on here. Okay, the market did. Euro is or coming down a little bit against the yen. Yen is going up. Still about 100 pips away from being filled. So we'll see. We'll see. That order's on, so nothing to do. Let's see if it gets filled. Euro kiwi. Okay, so we're approaching approaching this black line here. It might be an entry order opportunity. We'll see. Um, yeah, I would. Really still. I probably won't do anything. I probably would prefer for it to fall to the bottom blue line here. But we'll see. That's definitely a level the market had responded to before. A lot of it depends for me on how the candlesticks shape up. So let's see if we start seeing reversal candlesticks coming up here. But in any event, looks like there are some signs that the euro is getting ready to rally. at least against some of these pairs. I still have my bearish, my short euro pound position, which I'm content with at the moment. Euro dollar. Okay, so big reversal down yesterday. That's interesting. So euro dollar declined sharply. I feel better now about my pound dollar trade because when it was here, I was debating going long euro dollar or going long pound dollar. I thought the technical setup on pound dollar was better, so I chose that. This trend line, I was concerned about this trend line. It ended up being a somewhat legitimate analysis, at least one could view it that way, since the market really wasn't able to break out, right? We briefly shot through it, but then it came back down, which suggests this level is being defended by bears. You know, if you see this long wick pattern, it suggests someone came in to push it down. Long pattern after an uptrend, that is. Okay, so that's euro. That's the euro pairs. No real action to take. Euro Aussie, Euro Canada. Might be keeping an eye out on them later in the week. As for the pound pairs, pound Aussie. Okay, so still, I would really much prefer. I'm not going to do anything with the dash black line. That might be all it's going to fall to, but I'd prefer to wait for a thicker black line at 79.61. So we are about 300 pips away. So 300 pips to go on pound Aussie before I'd really consider an entry to go long. Pound Canada. Okay, pound Canada rallied. So this one is similar to Euro Canada. There was that price channel breakout of it, test of it. But still, though, I really would like for it to fall a bit more. So pound Canada looks like it's not falling. Euro Canada is falling. But we'll see. Pound Swiss. Okay, huge rally. Wow. Big rally, big move up in pound Swiss. I'm going to extend right. There we go. Just extend that channel. No real trade here that I'd want. Maybe if it goes to 151 or the top of the channel and there's an opportunity to short, that might be. Well, I still will. We'll see. Probably wouldn't want to short at the top of an uptrend just yet, but something I'd keep an eye out for. I do want to incorporate or explore counter trend trading. That's one of my goals for this year. See if I can explore and incorporate some of that into my trading effectively. But at this point, we're still in the middle of that channel, basically. So I'll stick away from it. Stay away from it. Pound Swiss and pound Kiwi and some of these pound crosses can be especially volatile. So I just want to be a little careful and be particularly patient. Make sure I have a setup that I'm really confident in. Pound yen has been rallying. I still got my eye on euro yen as the yen pair to trade. I mentioned this before. The yen hasn't done well for me this year. That's fine. I think the way I've adapted to that is to look at it from a weekly chart because, like we've talked about a lot on InformedTrades, there's a lot of opportunity to short in the yen long term. So I think weekly chart might be better for me anyway. Capture a bit of a longer term move that I'm interested in. But we'll see. I'm mainly looking at the technicals for the entry opportunity. This looks to me, possibly bearish if anything, especially we reverse here. If we come back to test the 50 simple moving average and we don't break through, I think that's a bearish sign for sure. But I'm not really doing anything here. Let's see if it falls to that black line. Maybe I'll go long, or we'll see. But euro yen's a pair I'm watching. Nothing on pound yen. Pound kiwi. Okay, so this actually, well, we do have that hammer. We have a hammer pattern here, and then we have a bounce. It really briefly touched this bottom trend line here. So it suggests both of them are being respected. Maybe I will go long pound kiwi, but I still want to wait. Let's see if this range can really go on a few more days. It might not, but I'd really like to enter when this blue line, this dashed blue line, intersects with this solid black line, which might happen, in a next few days, maybe at the end of the week or early next week. There might be an opportunity to, basically buy at 97.20, go long. We'll see though. That would be a potentially interesting opportunity. We do have a nice accumulation pattern. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to go on. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles where we've been in this tight range. That's a really nice setup in a lot of respects. This is support level I had identified at that. So this might be, some might say this is enough. I'm going to be a little more stringent, and I'm going to want to see it going a little bit longer, mainly to see this trend line coincide with this support level, just because I don't think this support level in and of itself is convincing enough. That's just my opinion. I've also got, my pound positions are starting to move to break even, so I have some risk exposure ready to go, or some room for more additional trades. But I do have 2 trades already on pound, so that's nice. I'm not entirely missing out on the opportunity. Of course, when we see a good trend, we want to make the most of it. Pound dollar, we looked at this. This is my the setup that I love, a really great textbook setup. I really enjoy looking at this and talking about this. I think it's something that traders can learn a lot from. Going to the US dollar, dollar Canada. Okay, still waiting. Yeah, I'm going to wait for it to fall to that black line at least. Dollar yen. Okay, so this is, we're seeing similar price action, basically similar price action on a lot of the yen pairs. Euro yen, like I mentioned before, is the one I'm sticking with. I'm a little cautious here, see if my analysis is correct. I'll trade from the weekly, and maybe if it does work, maybe there'll be opportunities to pyramid in. We'll see. So kind of holding off on the yen, other yen scenarios at the moment. If it falls to that black line and really looks favorable, maybe I'll add something. So we're still about 100 pips away. We'll see if we can fall 100 pips. Dollar Singapore. Okay, so yeah, this is the one. We looked at this. My trade got stopped out. Just hit my stop. Such is life. Before reversing. We'll see. I'll take a closer look at this. Generally, I don't immediately, if I get stopped out, I don't immediately place another trade. I like to, for psychological reasons, I like to largely just wait a day, detach myself a little bit. But we'll see. I don't really see a clear support level here, so I'm not sure there's any reason to trade. But nothing really here at the moment. Probably tomorrow I'll totally clear all the lines from this chart, and we can start fresh with the clear analysis on dollar Singapore. Okay, so that does it for the dollar pairs. Now the Canadian dollar pairs. Okay, Canada Swiss is now rallied back above the into the channel. Now I am interested in shorting Canada Swiss. We have a very clear downtrend here. However, I really would like for it to go to 82.72. Right here. So if we can go, I'm actually going to. I'm going to change this line, make it orange. Okay, so basically I would like to enter right around here, and if price falls, and then if it, let's say it comes back here, gets filled, comes back down, and once price closes below here, I can move to break even. That would be the ideal scenario. We'll see. Price still has to rally about 110 pips, 120 pips. So we'll see if Canada Swiss can do that. A lot of this is waiting. That's the I mentioned this before. Trading is like, I don't really hunt, but trading is similar in hunting to a lot of ways, or I imagine it's similar. I've never gone hunting, but you're sort of just waiting for the opportunity. So a lot of just standing there, sitting there, and waiting. Okay, so that was Canada Swiss, Canada Yen. Okay, this is rallying too. I had gone long this. I went long here and got stopped out. The position, if I didn't have my stop in, the position would now be in the money, of course. You sort of always need your stop in. At least that's my mentality. Um, I might enter again. I mean, that could be. I still think this support level is pretty legitimate. So we'll see. Um, moving averages are tilted down. That's the reason to not enter long at least. We'll see. Maybe at this point I'm still not, 100% convinced of this. The reason to not enter a long position is the moving average is sloping down. So I don't feel clear analysis here, and I have my reason to not enter a long position at least. Maybe there's a level to short at. I'm trying to find a good resistance level. Maybe this orange line, this level to short at. I'm not 100% convinced, at least not yet. But in this case, in any scenario, there's no short trade here. Okay, so that does it for the Canadian dollar pairs. Now the Australian dollar. And let's see, I think I still have a short Aussie. Okay, so Aussie Canada is still rallying. That price, this range I had here, it broke out of the range. Now I think it's clearly bullish. We can see that, and we're in this price channel. So maybe there's an opportunity in buying at the bottom of the price channel. That would be basically something I'd look for. But we'll see. Okay, so the other thing what I'm looking at now on my other computer is, yes, I do have a Aussie kiwi order on. Let's just take a quick look at that. Okay, the order here is to go short. I'm still fine with this order. It's an order to go short at 109.07. Let's see if it gets filled. The stop is out 110.09 with the target profit of 105.54. Okay, Aussie Swiss. Okay. Um, this could be a level to short at, right? So we're at that level, and I think I just don't want to enter on this. We had a big candlestick yesterday. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, I would just like to see some reversal candlesticks. It might show up here. Right now, we're not really seeing enough. So maybe tomorrow there'll be, I want to see the market, the bears step in here a little bit. So the candlesticks to confirm. If we can see some bearish action, and it might happen tonight in the Australian dollar session, but then I might put an entry order on at 81.42. So we're getting close. This is something to watch, and perhaps tomorrow we'll have a short on for Aussie Swiss. Aussie Yen. Okay, still at this black line here. Aussie Yen. Yeah, I shorted. Yeah, it still looks a little choppy to me. 50 and 200 moving average have now converged, but we're still in this range, basically, from my perspective. So I'm not really going to do anything with Aussie Yen at the moment. Pass on that. Aussie Kiwi we looked at, Aussie Dollar we looked at as well. I have a position, or that got stopped out. We'll take